Good afternoon. My name is Alex Shields, and I am going to be doing my presentation today on making code navigation easy and natural with gaze input. And my first question is, how does gaze-based code navigation compare with keyboard-based and mouse-based navigation in terms of performance, accuracy, and usability? So, during this study, I have examined the performance and accuracy in the context of the three input conditions, the mouse, keyboard, and the gaze. So during this presentation, I will be talking about code navigation and making it easy and natural. Will users choose gaze-based navigation if they have a choice of input modality? Um, in this study, we assessed whether users would use gaze input if they had a choice of interaction technique, and I had measured that the frequency of use for keyboard and or gaze input during navigation. Gaze as input for code navigation. There have been only a few attempts at using eye gaze interaction as an input mechanism in a programming environment. As an input mechanism in a programming environment, Glucker et al. Have enhanced an IDE prototype with gaze control interaction methods for source code navigation. Their system named EYEDE comes closest to ours in terms as of intent, and it also tries to use gaze to provide hands-free navigation for reading and basically how to understand the code. So in this table, it is showing navigation feature that is supported by CodeGazer. The navigation feature, it goes to definition, find all usages, list all files, and list all methods. The gaze input, it dwells on identifier and code, dwells on confirm button, dwells on the usage and model window. The keyboard input, it place caret on the identifier, press Control Alt plus G. The mouse input, it just basically places pointer on the identifier, basically. Um, Navigating in the code. When a user dwells on a particular identifier in code, an association is built between all currently highlighted identifiers in the code, and the correspondingly colored confirms the buttons in the margin. So if the user now dwells on an associated confirm button, this triggers one of two possible navigation actions, either go to definition or find all usages. And the independent variable in my study was the interaction technique that was used for navigation. The dependent variable that was measured were the times that was taken to complete a navigation task for the performance. This photo shows the frequency distributions of a task, com completion times in seconds in the comparative study. So the frequency for gaze is the highest one is 7. For keyboard, it's in between 5 and 10, so I would say about an 8. And for a mouse, I would say about a 9 because it's between 8 and 10. This photo right here shows a procedure that's the same style as a comparative study. It have participants and it shows the gaze, keyboard, and mouse. Participants were emailed an overview of the study prior, and they was comfortably seated and performed a gaze calibration process. and there was a considerable variation in the participants' overall computation times. Um, just basically shows that navigation features that was supported by the CodeGazer, and the navigation feature goes to definition to find all the usages. And during this process, the participants wore glasses and none of them were colorblind. The results, we collected a total of 1,859 navigation actions across all 28 participants and all 4 tasks in free use study mode. Um, to wrap this presentation up, was kind of short. To summarize this PowerPoint, source code navigation is a common activity during software development and maintenance. Software development tools such as IDEs provide options to programmers for speeding up navigation actions through context menus that are activated and accessed using either a mouse or keyboard shortcuts. The abstract source code navigation is a common activity during software development and maintenance. Software development tools such as IDEs provide options to programmers for speeding up navigation actions through context menus that are activated and accessed using either a mouse or keyboard shortcuts. Thank you. This is the end of my presentation, and because this was a fairly based presentation, it was a short research. It wasn't much to it, and it gave me all that I thought that was needed to finish my project in a timely manner. And thank you for watching this video.